Hi teachers. I'd like to read to you a book today called Betty Lou Blue by Nancy Crocker. Pictures by Boris Kulikov. This book is dedicated to all the Betty Lou Blues of the world who have a special and unique feature about themselves that may not be accepted by their peers. But you will see how this unique feature actually endeared people to her, and it turned out for the good. May all of the people who feel it's okay to tease others about difference be impacted and forever changed when they read this story about Betty Lou Blue. Betty Lou Blue. Betty Lou Blue. Betty Lou Blue had the world's biggest feet. Whackety, thwackety, flappety feet. The other kids laughed when she wappeted by. If those feet were wings, they would yell, "You could fly!" If those shoes were boats, you would float for a year. But whackety flap, she pretended not to hear. Her mama would rock her and say, "Betty Lou, why, everyone's perfect, dear. Yes, even you. There's no one just like you. You're special, you see. Each living thing has a reason to be." So Betty Lou smiled and tried to be strong, but she knew in her heart that her mama was wrong. Then the first day of winter, it started to snow. Up came the wind and it started to blow. All morning long the snow fell and it blew till the roads were all covered and hidden from view. The principal let the kids out early that day and said, "You go home. Don't you dare stop to play." But outside, the kids found a glorious sight. The park was a wonderland, sparkling white. They all built a snowman and sledded and slid, and some dared the others to do what they did. But none of them noticed the tree by the street had seemingly sprouted 2 very large feet. Betty Lou Blue was behind the tree, hiding and watching the building and sledding and sliding and wanting so badly to join in and play, but she knew they'd just laugh and then shoo her away. Or join Jimmy Jack in his joke of the week, shouting, "Look everybody, it's Foodie Lou Freak." So she watched the kids frolic and stayed out of sight and held back a gasp when they started to fight. One little snowball was all that it took. Well, that and a shove and a menacing look. It quickly turned into an all-out attack with girls hitting boys and boys fighting back. They wrangled and rolled and wrestled until Betty Lou stepped out and yelled, "There's a hill! Look out!" And they did, but a second too late. The snow started shifting beneath all the weight. They slid and they tumbled and fell in a heap, then couldn't get up 'cause the snow was too deep. Frightened and frozen, they hadn't a clue as to what could be done till they saw Betty Lou. The kids who had teased her then now shouted out, "Please, help us out of the snow! See, it's way past our knees!" And Betty Lou stood there and studied the scene while she thought about those who had fun being mean. Name callers, bullies, and that boy Jimmy Jack. Now here was her chance to pay them all back. And all it would take was her walking away, though Betty Lou knew what her mama would say. Dear, everything's ugly that's done out of spite, but you can be beautiful doing what's right. 'Cause what makes you so special, what sets you apart, is not on the outside, it's there in your heart. She looked the crowd over and stopped eye to eye with Jimmy Jack Jones, who had started to cry. And a thought came to her that was ever so grim. Why, if I walk away, I'm as ugly as him. So she made herself smile and she lifted her chin and said, "Hey, come on, guys, it's time to go in." She knew what to do. It was really a cinch. On top of the snow without sinking an inch. She stood each kid up on the world's biggest feet and walked each one out to the newly plowed street. They hugged her and cheered, but the best part was when all of them asked her to be their best friend. She then flappeted home in the darkening night and burst in yelling, "Mama, guess what? You were right!"